In so doing, it accurately and the story begins with God's dissatisfaction with the world he had created. The Bible tells us that God looked upon the world's corruption and violence, and because of man's sinful ways, he vowed to destroy the earth and all those in it. But there was one man living then that found grace in the eyes of God. This was Noah, a just man. His 3 sons and their wives lived in the land of Shedebach, a part of the Middle East now known as Iraq. We know very little about Noah. All we do know is from the book of Genesis. We are told that he and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, were men of faith, and that they resisted all the sinfulness and corruption of their day. And while others indulged in wickedness, God spoke to Noah. God told Noah to build an ark of gopher wood, to prepare it as a home not only for his family, but for a male and female of every walking and flying creature on earth. Noah was told that there would be a great deluge, a flood that would engulf all living things. Only those on the ark would survive. His instructions were to build an ark 300 cubits in length, 50 cubits across, and 30 cubits high. He was told to place windows in the ark 1 cubit below the roof, and to build a door in the side. The ark was to have 3 levels, and the wood was to be coated with pitch. For years, Noah and his family struggled to build the ark. And during the construction, the townspeople would often gather to ridicule Noah. But Noah ignored the jeers of his neighbors, and finally the ark was finished. Then Noah set out as God told him, and collected 2 of every living creature, 1 male and 1 female. The animals came with Noah willingly. The Bible says that God communicated to the animals and told them of their impending doom. The animals knew that Noah was their friend. And as Noah continued the gathering of the animals, his family made ready for the long journey ahead. Cages were built, hay was stored, and foodstuffs were collected.
There you are. Come on.
Soon the animals were gathered, and the supplies were ready. Noah and his family began the difficult task of loading the ark. Everyone helped, or tried to. most of the supplies and animals loaded. Noah, his wife, his sons, and his sons' wives boarded the ark. But there was still no sign of rain, and the townspeople mocked Noah. They laughed at the old man who had built a giant boat that had no rudder, no oars, no sails. Days passed, and there was still no sign of rain. The crowd of townspeople was growing, and they began to speculate how long Noah would stay cooped up in his ark before abandoning his belief in a flood. For 7 days and 7 nights, Noah and his family lived in the ark, waiting for the rains to start.
We'll have the prayer. Thunder.
The rain began. It fell gently at first, and the townspeople laughed.
Noah, here's your flood.
But as thunder and lightning exploded in the sky and the rain began to pour from the heavens, the townspeople realized they'd never experienced that kind of storm before. Noah and his family could hear the townspeople beating on the ark, but God's instructions were clear. Regretfully, Noah closed the window. On that night, 5,000 years ago, the rain came down in mighty torrents from the sky, and the subterranean waters burst forth upon the earth. The rain fell upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. The waters increased until even the highest mountain peaks were under 23 feet of water. All that lived and moved on the earth perished in the great flood. All perished except those that were lifted above the waters in the ark. by rain, high winds, and tossed by the waters of the deluge. And as they went about their daily chores of caring for the animals, they didn't know if the floodwater would ever recede. On the 40th day, the rain finally stopped, and life continued on the Ark.
Want help? Sunlight. Mother! Father!
What is it, daughter?
Look.
Sunlight. It stopped raining.
Now we can leave the Ark.
Oh, now we must be patient. The Lord hasn't revealed how soon we can walk the earth again.
Twice, Noah sent a dove from the Ark, hoping that it would find dry land and vegetation in the valleys below.
If it's land, he'll find it.
The first time, the dove returned to the Ark having found no place to rest.
There he is.
For the second time, the dove returned to the Ark with an olive branch in its mouth. Noah had been on the Ark for 5 months, floating atop the flood, before it came to rest on Mount Ararat. In the 8th month, other mountain peaks became visible.
Morning, children.
In the 9th month, Noah made a hole in the ceiling of the Ark so that he could walk on the roof and look down on the mountain. Nearly 3 more months passed before Noah felt it was safe enough to leave the Ark. They had been on the Ark for 375 days. Living creatures on the Ark descended the slopes of Mount Ararat to repopulate the world. altar to God. And for Noah's faithfulness, the Lord promised never to bring such destruction again. The story of Noah, according to the Bible. Is it true? Could the ark have been built so that it would stay afloat for 13 months?